All right. All gas, no brakes, baby. I'll see it. All right. I love this shirt already, man. Welcome back to the channel, y'all. Well, this is the first video on this next channel that I've made. It's called Just the Facts You, and on this channel, I'm just going to talk about mainly Texas sports, Texas football, Texas basketball, but also college football in general and college basketball in general. Because on my Just the Facts page, I'm just gonna be talking about pro sports on there. I think that's the best way to go. Now thinking about it, I love all the sports: college basketball, college football, NFL, NBA, and jumbling all four of them into one big channel, I didn't think was right. So I'm gonna make a college football page, which is this page right here, Just the Facts You. If y'all want to go check out my other channel, it's just called Just the Facts. Y'all can go check that out, whatever. But here we about to talk about the Texas Louisiana game. We win 38-18. The Sark era is just underway, and I'm gonna talk about the things I liked, the things I didn't like, and the things that I want to see moving forward, and like kind of projecting what the season's going to look like moving forward. So first things first, I got to talk about the things I did like. Number one, Bijan Robinson. Now, if Bijan were to just declare for the draft right now, he can go. I wouldn't even be mad because he's ready. He's just that good. He's just that talented. No, but all jokes aside, man, Bijan Robinson was great. I'm not going to really look at the stats here. I'm going to just talk about the eye test and what I really saw out there. Bijan looked as good as ever, and I'll say this right now. That injury scared the life out of me. He was like doing the splits and some dude was on top of him. That was scary. But he's all good now. But Bijan Robinson, he has the entire package. He can, beat you finessing. He can beat you with power. He can beat you receiving the ball. And I'll get to that in a minute with Bijan splitting out wide and everything like that. But Bijan has the entire package. He can pass protect. I honestly think he's the best running back in the country. You can argue whoever you want to argue, Breece Hall, whoever else you want to argue as the best running back in college football. I think it's Bijan. You can say I'm biased, but I mean, look at the guy. He has the whole package, bro. He has the entire package, man. And I don't think many other running backs can say that. But enough for Bijan. I love what I saw from him. That's just going to be a normal occurrence from him. So, y'all Longhorns fans, hey, let's just get ready for a season full of what we just saw, bro. Now, the second thing that I really liked was Sark's offense as a whole. It's not as predictable as years past. Oh my God, the offenses in years past were just so monotonous, so tedious, so hard to watch sometimes, because it would be either we do some damn bubble screens to these wide receivers, or little slant routes, little drag routes, or it would be Sam trying to go for a deep shot with no really in between. Not even with Sam. Going back to like Shane Buechele, like it would either be like a deep shot downfield, play action, or it would be a little drag route or a bubble screen. And that would be it. Like, I can draw up a better playbook than what was drawn up back then. But with Sark's offense, he's getting everyone involved. The thing about Sark's offense that I really hear and I really have seen, with Alabama and Atlanta and all them, is the players have to make the right decisions to get open, because they will be open. They just have to find the right spots and read the defenses themselves. And there should be no problem with anyone being wide open. At Alabama, you saw last year and the year before, guys are running wide open. Yeah, those guys are super talented and, they're faster than most everybody they play. Yeah, that's very true. But them finding the right spots in the zone, them, cushioning themselves between a linebacker and a safety, or, them having the quarterback wide receiver connection. That's another big thing with the offense, is like having that anticipation. Tua was very great at anticipating where the receiver is going to be, where the receiver has to be, where he wants the receiver to be, in order to make the play. And hopefully Hudson Card really develops that over time. Just to touch on Hudson Card for a little bit, man, he was pretty solid, man. He was throwing guys open. He was, having a good connection with his receivers. One thing I think Hudson Card is struggling at, and maybe continue to struggle at, is the deep ball. I know Casey Thompson's very good at the deep ball. We saw that in the bowl game last year. Hudson Card, he struggled with the deep ball and the placement of it. a couple times. Um, I think Xavier Worthy caught one of them. It was kind of like a bailout play. It wasn't really the greatest throw in the world, but Xavier Worthy adjusted and made the play. But Hudson Card with the deep ball, I think he's going to need to work on that. I think he's also going to need to work on like pocket presence, feeling the edge rusher coming along, knowing when to having that mental clock is what people talk about, having that mental clock of when to get out the pocket. Like 3 seconds go by, no one's running open. Okay, let's dive over, to the right side, and try to see if we can make something happen there. I think that's the next step in his development. He'll get there. Like I'm not going to, go jump on him too crazy. It's the first game of the season. It's his first career start. I'm not gonna get too hard on him. He had a really good connection with Jordan Whittington. Jordan Whittington, man, I'm so happy for him just because he's finally looking like he's healthy. Like even last year, he didn't really seem too, healthy, even though he was out there a lot of the times. He just didn't seem like himself, and obviously year before that he was injured. So this is the first real time we're really seeing Jordan Whittington in fully healthy, and he looks nice too. Like he's nicely built. He's breaking tackles. He's getting open. And this is Jordan Whittington we all expected when he came to Austin. And I'm excited for him and what he's going to bring to the table. Another thing that I did like was the defense overall. One great thing that I saw about the defense today is that just guys were in their spots. There was no blown coverages. There was no miscommunication plays. There was no, there wasn't too many missed tackles. We looked pretty fundamentally sound for the most part. And that's all I ask for. Because we have the talent, we have the athletes that can go out and make plays. And they'll eventually go out and make plays. But all I ask for is the fundamentals. Tackling, knowing where to be in your coverage, and, communication. That's it. Now on to the couple of things I didn't like. I didn't like how neither line of scrimmage was very dominant. That's why the game at some points didn't look as good for us. The offensive line gave up a good amount of sacks. I can't remember off the top of my head. They gave up a good amount of sacks. Some of that was due to Hudson staying in a pocket too long. Some of that had to do with just no one getting open in coverage. It was a covered sack. And some of that had to do with the offensive line messing up a couple times. The offensive line really struggled. I'll give them a chance to redeem themselves. Okay, Louisiana. Remember, we're playing a Louisiana team that's returning 20 of 22 starters, so they're a very experienced team. They know what they're doing. Now, talking about our defensive line, we had a good amount of sacks, but it wasn't the sacks that I was really looking for. Those sacks where it's just like we're more athletic than them, we're bigger than them, we're stronger than them, we're smarter than them. It wasn't those type of sacks. It was just like we ended up getting them. Like those sacks just kind of fell in our laps, so to speak. And I don't want to discredit our guys, but that's just how I kind of saw the game. And the other thing I didn't like, it was a good game, so there's not really too many things I can nitpick at. But the slow start, man. It was like 7-3 for a while, right before halftime. We scored a touchdown. They hit a field goal. It's 14-6 halftime. I just want to blow out someone from the start, man. I just don't want to, be like, okay, what are we doing? By the time it's like mid-second quarter, I don't want to still watch the game and be like, hey, what are we doing here? You know what I mean? Like, are we good? Like, are we on upset alert? Like, are our guys like motivated today or something like that? I don't want to have to question those things, man. I just want to sometimes just go out there and just boom. And that was our problem with Tom Herman a lot of the times. And that's why we lost a lot of games under Tom Herman, was because of those slow starts. Giving teams who shouldn't be giving life to, we're giving them life because we're letting them hang in there. We're making mental mistakes, mental errors. And sometimes I just want to see us come in the game and just assert our dominance from second one, from the first second, from kickoff, man, from the first play of the game. Assert their dominance, keep the foot on their neck, and don't let it up until the game's over. I'm not gonna get too mad or anything like that. It's the first game of the damn season. It's the first game of his damn tenure at Texas. I know Texas fans. I know we're greedy. We want it all. We want Big 12 championships. We want national championship appearances. We want all of these things, but the process. We're too entitled sometimes, but That's what I really liked and didn't like about the game. As for things I want to see moving forward, I just want to see the offense continue to be developed. Now, with that being said, do not go to that 2 quarterback system. I know we saw Casey Thompson. I really like Casey Thompson. I wanted him to be the starter, but Hudson got the start. He played great. Stick with Hudson Card. Stick with Hudson. Don't do this 2 quarterback thing. Like, if we were blowing out Louisiana, and then you brought in Casey Thompson, I would have been fine with it. But we weren't blowing them out at that point. Like, we were up, but the game wasn't like out of hand when Casey Thompson came in. Like, the game was what? It was like 28-12. Like, in the third quarter, it's like, okay, they can still come back and win this game. And you're messing up the momentum, taking out Hudson Card, who's playing pretty well, and bringing in Casey Thompson, who hasn't played a snap yet. So I don't know what his theory was there, really. I'm not too mad about it. I'm just like, okay, moving forward, unless it's like a blowout fashion or obviously Hudson is not playing well, then resort to Casey Thompson. But if Hudson's playing well, don't resort to Casey Thompson just because you want to really just keep him happy and keep him here. Like, I mean, yeah, obviously you want both quarterbacks. You want, some insurance in case Hudson were to get hurt. God forbid, knock on wood, he doesn't get hurt. But you can't, build your team like, you can't have your team like that. It's going to ruin the momentum. I think it's going to, cause a little bit of drift slowly but surely. I just don't want to see that. So moving forward, that's just something I don't want at all. A 2 quarterback system, no. Go one guy, stick with him. I'm excited to see what's in the future for us. Arkansas next week, and then I think, I want to say Rice or someone like that. UTS, whoever, and then our Big 12 schedule is on the way. And going from there, hey, who knows what's going to happen. Iowa State didn't look too good today. Oklahoma didn't look too good today. Who knows? Who knows? We looked pretty good today. So, hey, we're going to see what's going to happen, man. But that's all I got, man. That's all I got, man. If you like this video, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Let me know if you want more of these. But with that being said, this is Jimmy from Just the Facts, and I'm out. Peace. Hook 'em.